So this is the first episode in a series I'm going to do on my off-grid low voltage house, and I'd just like to thank everybody on YouTube that has ever put anything about solar, wind, hydro, living off-grid, or anything to that matter, because I've watched all your videos and it's contributed to what I've done so far. This is just a broad view of our property, and there's my dog. You probably don't want to see that. We are connected to a 50-acre farm we have out here that we homestead. This is the tiny house. Part of it, it's going to be a lot bigger than that. It'll be 3 phases, but I guess I'll start right here. This right here is going to be my solar array. Each one of these poles are going to hold 2 250 watt panels. They'll be in series of 4 panels running back to the house at 148 volts, roughly 8 amps. This little house right here holds a battery, and we'll have a solar panel on top of it, and that will control the battery inside, which controls all the solar tracking systems. This one right here is my first beta test on the solar tracking system. These systems were purchased off eBay, about $100. During this series, I'll probably go into how to make these panel mounts. Each one of these panel mounts cost me roughly $100. My the first ones I created, they were roughly $200 and nowhere near as sturdy. This is made out of just galvanized fence post. If you can tell, it's just standard corners and everything like that, but I'll do a whole nother video on that. Basically what this is, there's an actuator arm, a light sensor at the top, and then there's a control box on the back side of this that helps it track the sun. Now, I don't have no panels mounted yet because I'm still beta testing everything. Here's the inside of the room. It's a standard 12 volt golf cart battery and 5 switches, and I'll put a tiny charge controller and just probably a 70 watt panel on the top of the roof, or 120 watt panel. And that will travel roughly about 150 feet back to the house, which is right here. This house was basically a 14 by 40 shed with just a front door put on it. Built by the local company, Mass Built. Big props out to them. It is a local Mennonite place, and they are awesome. They will do whatever they can, and they're reasonable price, and getting this set up was only $200, if that tells you anything. As you can tell on top, I'm running a Missouri Wind and Solar. It's capable of 1600 watts. It's a 7-blade wind turbine. The thing was $400. It probably ain't gonna spend much here, but you know, for that price, if I get any power off it, it'll be worth it. As you can see on here, I've installed quite a bit of windows for the bedroom and the bathrooms and the kitchen and everything. And I'm right now, for my beta testing, I'm running 2 of the 250 watt panels just for lighting inside and all the lighting that I've put up and everything so far. I'm basically running off all my equipment off a 8,000 watt generator purchased from Harbor Freight. It's roughly a $600-700 unit. I've used it through an ice storm, and I've used it to build out here. The thing runs awesome. This will probably be my backup generator. And get a little close up on the wind turbine. Right now it's pretty calm. There's a little bit of wind, but this thing has a 6 mile an hour startup speed, so it takes a little bit to get it going. So on this side of the house, you'll notice we've got 2 sliding glass doors. These are basically going to go to the other wing of our house, and I'll explain that a little later. This is a 3-phase house. Right now we'll walk inside and I'll show you what I got. Just got a standard staircase here made out of leftover cinder blocks. But coming into the house, everything in here is functioning. As you can see, solar lights, outside lights work and everything. This room right here, and you can see I've got pretty much the walls insulated and everything. This room right here is going to be a kitchen with a wood burning stove and a little seating area. It's probably half the size of the house, so it is going to be a rather large kitchen. And we'll have cabinetry all along the sides, and along with a Sunfrost Sunfrost refrigerator will be running in here, 24 volt. All these light bulbs are 12 volt E27 standard light bulbs. I have them, since my battery bank is 24 volts, I have run them in series parallel. So if one bulb is out, it's basically going to kill two bulbs. But that works great, so I don't have to get a 24 to 12 volt reducer. So I've got them all in sets of 2, and it's working great so far. Coming into this next room, as you can see, I didn't go all the way to the ceiling. We're going to keep some vent holes in the area so the air travels a little better. This is going to be a wet room. Excuse me, my allergies are killing me right now this time of the year. In here, and I know it's only framed out, it's hard to tell, but this room right here, as you can see, it's a separate little room. It's got its own little ceiling with a vent fan. There is a 12 volt computer fan from a server on the outside of the house that runs this vent fan, and I'll turn it on. You can hear the sound of it. That fan is strong, but that's going to be our vent fan. Coming down into the bathroom itself, if you notice over here, we are using a Nature's Head composting toilet. They are rather expensive. I think this unit was about almost $1,000. And I'm going to do slight modifications to it. Instead of having the urine bucket up front, I'm going to have a removable hose that goes down into my gray water system. And then on the side there, we'll be running the vent out to the outside of the house. This unit I got because it does have the trap door. This has never been used yet. It does have the trap door with the urine diversion for my wife. Over here we have just a standard trash can setup where we can put peat moss in for when you go to the bathroom. And then on this side, we're going to put a paper bag in, and this is where you'll throw your used toilet paper. And then once it's full, just pull the paper bag out and throw it in the burn pit, burn it up. And then right here against the wall where you see that little hoop, I'm going to install a standard urinal for me and the boys, because I do have 3 boys, so that'll be more convenient. And that'll go great right into the gray water system. Coming out of here, right here is going to be our shower. It's going to be a walk-in shower, wide open. There'll be a shelving unit on the right side, and then the shower head on the left side on those angle panels, and then the window in the middle. And it'll just be a tile walk-in, nice shower, all powered from 12 volt pump. Coming around to the back side, in this hole right here, there'll be a 60-inch double sink, along with this unit I'm creating, excuse me, which is a 3-tier laundry basket holder. So we could put all our laundry and just slide them right in there, and then I'll have some shelves on it, and it'll be all plywood in and painted real nice. And I'm going to probably go up and make a unit all the way across to the other side of the bathroom, and then have my over-the-head lights for my sink right there. Coming in to the final room, I'll explain what you just seen on the wall in a minute. Coming into the final room, this is going to be the bedroom. It's going to be our master bedroom. It ain't too master, but it's all we really need. I'm installing 2 shelving units on the side, and then we have enough size for a queen size bed in the center. In those shelving units, there'll be 2 standard cabinets at the bottom where we can put stuff. And then on the side of the bed, I'm going to make 2 6-inch deep cabinets where we can place our phones. There'll be a cigarette charger there with USB port so we can charge our phones at night, and that's what we use for our alarms. Both sides will have it. The blue boxes you see, they'll be light switches for right up over the bed. We'll have some small 12-volt lighting just to light the bed up at night. These little squares you see, these are going to be handgun slides. So I like to keep a handgun, next to my bed at all times. So I'll just have a little slide in there that a little cubby I can slide my handgun in. And then of course our bed will go there, and we got the window over the bed. And then on the other side, we got a screen door. Well, in this side of it, I've created an ITX computer that runs off 19 volts, and it plugs into a 12-volt lighter. We will run Dolby Digital surround sound from that, and I'll place 2 speakers in this unit for the rear sound. And up there on that slanted portion of the ceiling, we'll have 2 speakers, and that'll be my air vent system. Of course, my plumbing and wiring goes through there too, but you see the wires hanging down. Immediately above that, I will be installing a 12-volt projector, and I will have a pull-down screen right over the sliding glass door so we can watch TV. And then coming over here, I'm not going to explain it much right now. I'll do a whole nother video for this setup. Right now, I'm running 16 6-volt batteries linked in 4 sets to make 24 volts all together. It gives me roughly 24 amp hours. This is my solar setup. There's a lot of stuff here. I'll explain it in a completely different video because this setup's different than most. This is designed solely for low voltage. Everything on here is designed for low voltage, from the breakers down to the fuse boxes for cars. But that's it for now. Just give you an overview of the house. I'm going to do a lot more videos on me going through the construction because there's a lot of other details you got to put into it. And I'll do separate videos on the solar system, and then I'm building a whole nother room to house this stuff, and I'll do a separate video on the water system. So for now, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you everyone that's got me this far as your ideas for solar, wind, and everything else. Till then, bye.